What is up, everybody? My name is Cole. I'm a part-time real estate investor, full-time legacy airline pilot, and a part-time military instructor pilot on my layover here in Nashville. So, layover talk, just going to be talking about what's in the week ahead, what I'm doing right now, and kind of what things look like. So, last week, I flew for the military like Monday through Wednesday. I'm a part-timer generally. Sometimes I come in full-time. And then I had a couple days off where I was kind of working on a couple deals that I have in play right now. Did a couple tours. I don't think I posted one of the tours I did. I just got another duplex under contract. I'll post a video of the walkthrough on that one here in a little bit. Super nice property. Not in the best area, like an okay area, but the condition of the property is really, really good. So, like new siding, new sidewalks, garage looks great. The interior's already been renovated, so I just have to throw some appliances in it, and it's rent ready. The upper renter is at a pretty low rental rate, I think $550 a month. So I'm sure a lot of you that aren't in the Midwest are like, $550, how's that even possible? So we'll try to. I don't know if I'm going to raise the rent. I might just leave it alone. We'll see. We'll see what happens. My main concern is getting the lower unit rented, so that way I can package. I'm buying a bunch of these with hard money, so I'm putting, just paying the 4% funding fee to get the loans, and I'm renovating them if they need it. I'm getting them stabilized. The big thing is getting them stable. So when you take them to a big bank, you can point to them and say, hey, I bought these, they were vacant. I got them for a pretty good discount. Maybe they had people that weren't paying. We evicted them. We did all the things we needed to do to get current rent paying people in there. And then I take them as a package to a bank and say, hey, I've got 10 of these duplexes or 5 of these duplexes. They're all stable and they're well below market value. They're cash flowing. If I can get them onto a long-term loan for, I just got quoted last week 6.5% interest. So that's what I'm doing with all the hard money stuff. So I'm working the hard money deals on the side. I've never been as aggressive as I am right now with the hard money. So this could put me into bankruptcy. This could turn into the best move I ever made. But I'm really, really going hard right now. I want to get to 100 units by the end of the year, and I'm not going to stop until I either go bankrupt or make it happen. And it's not that I'm like over leveraging myself or spending too much. It's that the seeds that I planted in properties, 4 or 5 years ago, have now come to the point where I can use them, use their equity and their increased rent growth to buy new properties and to leverage into new stuff. So it's not that I'm just going crazy. I'm just buying anything on the market. If I find a deal that I like, I'm going in on it. So that duplex is now under contract. That was $100,000 to put it in reference. Upper is $500 a month, nobody in the lower. So has a gross rent potential of $1,700 a month, I would say. So that's interesting to me. Super clean property, and you'll see it in the video that I post. But moving on to this week, so I started the trip with the airline yesterday. So flying with the airline yesterday, I did Chicago, LaGuardia, Miami, Nashville. Overnight in Nashville. Today, it's going to be Nashville, Chicago to Providence, and then overnight there. And I don't remember what I do the last day. Maybe I go to Charlotte or something. So staying busy with that through the weekend takes me through basically till tomorrow night, late at night. Come back at like midnight. Hope to make like another long form video with a proper podcast setup. I don't really know what I'm doing, but and then this week I have like a couple days in the middle of the week off, where I'm not doing any military flying, not doing any airline flying. It's all real estate. So the deal that I got under contract that I made a video about that was relatively popular for my level. That deal is 10 properties. And so one of the contingencies that I put in the offer is it's contingent on me viewing and approving all the units. I don't need a formal inspection. I don't need to pay somebody $700 a building, $7,000 in this case ish, to go through all them and tell me all the things that they notice, because some of them are inconsequential. Some of them are, looking at it in the lens of modern building standards, and these were built in, maybe in the 1950s, 1940s. So there's just differences. And I can spot most of that stuff after having gone through so many properties. I'm looking at big things, foundations, leaky roofs, the things that damage to windows and things that are causing mold in the property, things like that, where the remediation is extremely expensive. So I'm not as concerned about, okay, there's a missing shingle maybe. I mean, shingle's a bad idea because I do care about the roof, but say like a missing piece of siding on the corners is often, you'll see that a lot where siding comes together, a corner might be missing. I'm not that worried about that. I can easily fix that and have that remedied. I'm worried about the big ticket items that, like I mentioned a long time ago, or at least it feels like a couple months ago, I talked about a property that I bought that needed $40,000 in basement repair, and I expected about 10. So when you 4x what you expect on an expense like that, that is where it starts to add up. So we'll get through all of them, and it's an easy out for me too. If I look at a unit and I say I don't like it, that's it. give me my earnest money back, and I'll keep walking. So it's an out that isn't a formal out, like an inspection, like having an inspector come through, but it gives me the opportunity to get out of it so I can make the decision, because that's ultimately who's paying the bills, right? So, so that's something that I do. Is it legally binding? I don't know. It's never given me problems this far. So if one of you is an expert, let me know if I'm making a big mistake there. But so going through those properties probably Tuesday, maybe. Then we're looking backwards, kind of. There's a single family house that I bought. Got that stabilized, just like the other hard money deals. It's on hard money. I'm moving it to a DSCR loan, the only DSCR loan I've ever used. Hit or miss on it. I mean, there's some things I like about it. There's some things I don't. One of the things is that you can refinance a property that you bought with hard money. So something that I bought with a private lender, I can refinance it without having to wait 6 months, which is what a lot of lenders want to see, is 6 months of stabilization. So this DSCR loan is something that requires no seasoning. So the benefits of that is that you can cash out refinance it in this case. I bought it for, I think, 95 maybe, and I'm going to cash out refinance it, and I'm going to get maybe $14,000 at closing, and it's still going to cash flow about the same because it was on hard money before, which was a 14% interest rate, and now it's on a long-term debt solution, which is, I think, 7% ish is what I'm going to pay on that. So the downsides of DSCR, of a loan like that, is that I'm paying extremely high closing costs. I think the original quote they gave me was like $5,000, $6,000 just in fees to the bank, not including taxes and title and blah, blah, blah. So you're going to pay a shit ton of fees to do that, right? You're going to pay a lot. But you get access to money quicker. And in this case, I'm going to use that money to redeploy into other hard money deals. So that way I'm kind of out of it as far as my own personal finances. You know, I'm not flying the jet paying for these DSCR or these hard money lenders. So Tuesday-ish is going to be the walkthrough of those properties. I have one more walkthrough for the other duplex I bought with hard money. I'm going through the upper on that one because it's occupied, like I said, $550 a month. So I also want to view and approve that unit. So 11 units to approve. Simultaneously, I'm working the loan for the big deal with the bank, which requires 12 appraisals, the 10 that I'm buying and the 2 that I'm refining into the deal. Sorry, I had hiccups there. So there's just a lot of moving pieces. This week's going to be busy as far as the real estate goes, but sometimes that's what's required if you want to keep growing. I am very focused on growing right now, so just going to get after it, try to do as much as I can. I'm sure there's other things I'm supposed to do that I'm missing, and there's some stuff that's not related to flying or real estate that I want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. On the weekends, it's kind of downtime. You're not going to get a hold of a lender. You're not going to get a hold of most people, maybe some real estate agents if you're trying to work a deal, but you're just, you know, a lot of times it's idle time, so you can just get caught up. Like I get caught up on emails and things that maybe I read and just didn't respond to because I was like working on other things and prioritizing things. But my system's a little chaotic. It probably doesn't work for most people. I'm not the most organized as far as the communication side goes, but I'm generally pretty quick with my responses. So like this morning, I was responding to some emails. For example, the title company for the 10 properties I'm buying wants me to fill out information about the lender and the agents and the commission and all this stuff on each individual property when it's a package deal. So all the information is the same for all 10. And so I just sent them an email. It's like, hey, instead of sending me all these like 20 different emails about filling this stuff out, can I just tell you what the information is and you can do it on your end? Because they're all the same. It's all the same deal. So anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And then I think I go back to the airline next weekend too. So it's a 4-day trip, I think. So it's just gonna be kind of one after another, just filling up the time right now. It's been pretty busy, but I'm trying to make the videos where I can. And in the case of one of the most recent videos I did, I think that a lot of people found that interesting, how I'm buying, you know, just under $1.1 million worth of property with no real cash out of pocket. I mean, there's gonna be some, but it's not going to be, you know, it's through $400,000 out of pocket. So I think people found that interesting, and I'll try to continue to think of topics that are interesting. But if you have any ideas or suggestions of things that might be applicable to this realm, the real estate stuff, I'm happy to try to make a video about it. And I really appreciate everybody's support. All the new subscribers and comments and whatnot means a lot to me. So I'll keep on banging these out and try to give out as much information for free as possible. I did have somebody ask about coaching and like mentoring type stuff. I think I'm kind of an idiot, so I don't really know if I feel comfortable like telling people what to do or trying to help people in that way. But I have thought about like, what does that look like down the road if I do get more traction with people that are interested in that. I'm not saying that I would never do it, but I also don't want to be the guy charging, you know, $4,000 for a course on how to do stuff that you could just Google or Chat GPT, right? So What I'd be focused on would be very nuanced thoughts on how to navigate your specific market. If there's a market for that, I don't know if people really want that or not, but that's something I've thought about, like, for future, like if people are actually interested in that. But I want to make it affordable because the people that got me into real estate have never really charged me anything. Granted, I bought some properties for them for a little bit more than what I would have paid to the market every now and then because I'm, scratch your back, they scratch yours type deal. But I don't know that, like, I don't want to be the guy that's just like making people hemorrhage money to never really get started in real estate, because most of the stuff you can learn for free, but there is some nuance that's valuable to get from somebody that's done the thing you want to do. So I can appreciate why that somebody would want to do that. So if you have any thoughts on that, or yay, nay, whatever, let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.